can't get all too long there in a minute, man. You was listening to a little piece, a little teaser.
You're rough.
Of Fully Dance coming down from the man, Mr. Sounds. But we can come to all of that. In the meantime, Barbados, he tell me this is his very first radio interview. I cannot believe that. Because this man was consistently working now for about a good year and a piece. He managed producing audio, then visuals, lyrics, on top of lyrics. They had a couple overseas and the man say, hey, people tell me singing soca, I make a genuine music.
Yeah, man.
The man was telling a cool story. Barbados is give me one of your net favorite artists. That way tell you. I think I can give one a teaser, man. I can give one a teaser because I think I know later on. Samsounds is on the short list for Best Emerging Artist for the Gine People's Choice Awards here. I can give one of the teasers as the morning alone. But listen, we want to learn all this story now. He got some good family too. He got talent in the family. Big up to Rebel Glam on the outside as well. Talking to she brother, man. Big up to Samuel. Mr. Sam Sounds. Still Barbados. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning, Barbados.
And for a second, let me learn about this fella here now, man.
Yes. As DJ was saying, you've had a consistent run. Like every time there is a new single that is coming out, there's growth, a little bit growth. As DJ is saying too, the visuals of the last single you brought out, Fully Dance. I was like, wait, check Samuel here, so
yeah, man.
This here, but this it made me really, really excited. And my first question to you is, if you could describe your music as a good plate of healthy food, how would you describe it?
All right. So you know you're also into fitness too, so it's a good one. But for sure, it would be on the side of lots of greens, maybe a little bit of fruit in there, maybe a nice strong source of protein for the growth and recovery. But more on the vitamin side and not really anything fast or just to make you feel good for the moment. This is something that will keep you going down the road, you know? That like old people's strong food you would talk about, like the yams and the eddos and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Strong food.
Nice. I loving that. Something that will be a classic.
Yeah.
A classic dish.
Yeah.
Yes, I like that.
Some good strong food, man. Grown provision.
Yeah, man.
So, in terms of your lyrics, your lyrics have to do a lot with issues relating specifically to young men, society on a whole, but you have a main focus to young men. So why are you so passionate about speaking about those issues?
Yeah. From coming up, it was always something that concerned me. Because I would say I was blessed. Blessed to have a lot of positive role models. And coming up, people that would show genuine interest and want the best of me, you know what I mean? And would always give me a little input if they see me doing something. They would have something positive to tell me or just keep me going. But at the same time, I would see some of my friends, a lot of them, or my peers, and they didn't really have that. Or they had like maybe a little sign on the opposite side. And then I would watch how they would develop and things they would get into. And it would always concern me. There gotta be a better way, you know what I mean? This is why so many of them going down the same path, doing the same things, and then it don't seem satisfying, you know? So that would always be on my mind. So when I write in my lyrics, it's come from that place.
So are there still a lot of father figures in today's society, to your mind? Because you know, one time that was the big thing. I don't talk to my father, or the mothers don't have a connection with their dads or anything like that. You still see that happening, or has it changed?
Yeah, definitely. There's still a lot of male leadership and positive role models, positive male role models for young men. And they try their best to find some, I guess. But for the most part, it's a lot.
Why do you think there's a lack of that? Where is the breakdown coming from?
I think it's fairly deep. I feel like it's there are things put in place over generations to just weaken men overall. I feel it's just coming down, and you gotta really fight. You gotta really fight and hold on, because from the food to the what you put in your mind, what you're seeing on TV, social media, a lot of things, it's damaging to men, and unfortunately, it's producing a lot of weak guys.
Okay.
And then they produce weaker guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And unless you see the problem and try to reach out and try to find a way, it's kind of easy just to fall into the less fortunate pool. You know what I mean?
Is there anything to your mind that we can do now, or is it something that's going to take a long, long time? Are there things that can be done now? Mm-hmm. Or if there aren't any things that can be done right now, what are the things that maybe we could start to build on to help our men in society?
Well, for sure, what I think is important is the awareness. Mm-hmm. So making sure that you realize that there's a problem first. We realize, hey, we need some more positive role models. We need to be going in a different direction, because if you don't realize that you need to be improving, well then everything cool and you end up kind of comfortable in the so for me I feel like if a lot of the guys that used to reach out to me and help me, some of them didn't even really have that positive role model for themselves, but they were able to notice and then make a change, and then say, you know what, I'm gonna try to help younger people and help upcoming youngsters. So I feel like we need more of that. Okay. More people just being aware that there's a problem, and then we can come together and try to find a solution, as long as we agree that this is something we need a solution for.
Agreed. So
these answers here, so the whole deep boy.
Whenever DJ just slide into my interview and drop things and then slide back out.
I've been listening.
I'm glad. I'm happy for that. So in terms of your music now, who are your major influencers within your music? Who do you listen to? Who you look up to in terms of lyrics? Who's a good DJ? Can slide in here again. Cypress is a word. I know it's a right and they can use what you want, but I don't think Cypress is a word.
You mean like in terms of your muse, you know, people that really generate that influence.
That's a good one. Cause at different stages of my life it's change and go, but I've been thinking about it to see like where was the first few influences. But coming up for sure, I gotta big up my sister, because she was the first one to introduce me to like open mics and that kind of thing. Yes. And I was able to get in touch with the local talent.
Yes, and she had hers as well.
And then and she for sure was big into performing and that kind of thing. Yes. And then like there was a big show called the Arts Line. Yes. Where some real superstars will perform. Yes. Yeah.
That is Rebel Glam thing.
Yeah, people like Empress Singer and DJ and people like Adrian Green and Sunrock Raymond. It's a long list of people that I would have just be in close quarters with, coming out watching these people do the thing. And again, it was all Bajan too. Yeah. And I just developed a love for that. And then it was a group of 4 fellas called Asman. And that for sure, I was a big Asman fan from small. And that was what really influenced me in terms of my style and thing. And outside of Barbados too, a lot of big artists like me, Damian Marley, Lauryn Hill, Queen Ifrica, Sizzler, all the reggae, all the dancehall was big on me coming up.
They have a very big impact on you, and I guess it is what they believe for, they live. It's not just, I'm gonna write this reggae song and you be conscious and you get forward with the thing. Like you're speaking about people not just internationally but from Barbados as well, who live what they produce. Right. Because sometimes people might just do this here for forward. Yeah. And you know how that goes. When you fizzle out, the love of it doesn't bring it back.
Exactly.
It must be something that you are in love with. You know? What, with the knowledge of yourself today, what would you tell your younger self, maybe between 14 and 16? I guess between 13 and 16.
Okay. Around that time, let me just plug in and big up my school, Bajan Paris, CP. So around that time, I would have been at school, and I would have had a little small circle of people that I would perform for and stuff. That we would do a little beating on your desk and thing. And
isn't that how it always started, y'all?
Yeah, always. That used to be real hype, yeah. But for me, I never really I was never brave enough to take it beyond that. So even it would just stay in the classroom, never even carry on the corridors or anything like that. Okay. But then there was the arts line going on. There was a lot of opportunities going on for me to take it outside and try and show people what you could do. And I was just too frightened. I was just too scared. Never courageous enough. So looking back, I would advise my younger self to go for it. Don't hold back.
Nice.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of courage not to hold back, especially from a young age. And I think too, that is what young boys who will soon be young men, fathers, brothers, uncles, grandfathers need. That extra push, because sometimes you may think, man, I don't know if anybody gonna listen to me that sorry.
I don't think nobody really want to hear me,
Yeah, and I saw different. Like everybody getting this one far, but nobody really. There's always the one.
Yeah.
It's always the one. What drives you, Sam? What drives you? What does drive, passion, consistency look like, and what does it mean to you?
For me, drive, the power that we have, like, on each other, to empower each other, to encourage each other, especially like through fitness too. When you're trying to reach goals, and it's not easy, especially to get started.
Yeah.
And then the consistency, but when you keep it, you get that result, and it's beautiful, and you feel sweet. You know what I mean? So what drives me is giving people that feeling, and encouraging them. And then I also receive that. So when somebody would come and tell me, listen, that song is motivate me,
Yeah.
I listen to that every day, I do this or I do that. I feel so good, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd be trying to go back in the book and count, let me bring another one for them, because we gotta keep them going.
Yeah.
So that's what's keeping me going, yeah.
Nice. And you also have a very deep connection with your family, as you said earlier.
Yeah.
And you had one with your dad,
Mhm.
and it was really deep. Everybody's call you the twin of
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
He looks just like his dad. And what has your dad, the influence being around him, what has that done for you as a man?
Well, I think he knew, but because, like, as I was telling you, never performing, never really letting nobody hear, I don't think he would have ever heard anything that I would have done, you know what I mean? So I feel like if I regret, I never was bold enough to say, listen to this, you know what I mean? But it inspires me to never be like that again. And appreciate life from the standpoint that you don't know if tomorrow gonna be here. You don't. It's not promised. You know what I mean? So he would always tell me some stuff like, "The world is yours.
Yeah.
Don't let nobody hold you back.
Yeah.
You're special. Do your thing." You know what I mean? And those kind of things, I make sure to engrave it in my head, especially when a situation come out and I might get a little fearful or whatever. Go for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Don't hold back.
Yeah.
But between is I feel like if he still be with me a lot then.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel he listening to this interview on now, man. I feel so.
Yeah.
I feel so.
I'm pushing you on still.
Yeah.
Like, go on, Sam. Go for it.
Go for it, man.
So, little later say, if you were a song, what would it be and why?
What Empress singers filling these questions?
It's the research, boss.
If I were a song,
Yes.
this is like a song that exists already, or I could.
You could create one if you don't find one that matches.
It's like give us your turn.
Yes.
If I were a song, I think it would be named something like Push or Go For It or something, or Hard Work. And it would be all about the concept of patience, consistency, and discipline, and not giving up.
Okay.
And not giving up.
You know what I find very interesting about that is the contrast. So the title of your song, right? Very doing words, very short and snappy.
Yeah.
Like, the oxymoron is, boom, you understand? Push, go for it, yeah. The word is yours, right?
Yeah.
But then what you bring into the table through that song now is discipline, patience. Where's that sound slow, but got that consistency, right? That strength. So it's like this action that's pull you in the call to action.
Yeah.
And it got you. All right, take it easy.
You're here now, but no, it's not gonna come just like that.
Yeah.
You gotta stick with it.
Yes.
Don't give up.
I like that.
I always remember this thing I saw online about, I think it's a bamboo tree. And there were juxtaposing that against time and patience.
Yeah.
And how the bamboo tree actually takes 8 years to fully sprout. So you have it
going down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you plant this thing, you're like, wait, let's see. and seen the shoots nor nothing.
Yeah.
Weeks and weeks and weeks. And then after a while, years,
Mm-hmm.
after a while, now you can feel that this tree is dead.
Mm-hmm.
But then the roots have to be so firm in the ground, it does not reveal itself until its foundation is secure.
Yeah, I love that.
It has nutrients and everything else before it reveals itself.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you need to be introspective of who you are and who you want to be. Sometimes you might have to let those relationships fall away or whatever the case is to make yourself better.
Yeah.
And focus in on you a lot. Find out who you are, who you really want to be, and then from there you can reveal yourself like, I here.
Yes, and people on the outside here listening to this sweet interview and telling us every turn on my radio from the bank holiday and they're hearing some positive lyrics from this young man. So what we can do, we can take in a couple seconds, like a minute here of the most recent release from Samsounds, and I can actually let him intro the song for you. So Samsounds, intro Fully Dance for Barbados. So we take a little listen here real quick, man.
Alright, well, Fully Dance, really and truly Fully Dance is a sad song because it's explaining some of the realities that have been going on here in Barbados. And it's a cry out for help, really, saying that we want better because right now things looking dread. Fully Dance.
And then we can come back in like a minute and continue.
Alright,
Samsounds of the sound system. Streets of a gun with young thugs who have no moral compass, no more remorse, no mercy. How them get so bloodthirsty? They never go with much love, not much kisses, not much hugs. To survive you had to be tough and do some things to bring to speak of. This generation is fully guns. Let me tell you about guns and hooligans, and see it in your eyes and hear about love. This generation is big run, now true lies with big guns. You better watch yourself, you could lose your life. Mindset walked and they started, careless, cold-hearted. Make a wrong move and a war could be started. Clearly confused, find bodies discarded. And then Nancy, some say retarded. System set up and you can guess who's the target. Thanks to the slaughter, the biggest to market. Sweeping that murder under the carpet. Them can't win the game, so them forced with the forfeit. Tell me how we get the drums in the ghetto. Tell me how we get the handguns in the ghetto. Every man turned top striker like Eto. Youths want things they don't know no better. But this is trending, big ships are sending. Drugs at machines with big lips extended. Tourists now doing this shots like the tourists. Have business for artisans and florists. Real Molandros blowing up your candles. More criminals than police can handle. Murders from minors, constant reminders. Take to track. This generation is fully dance.
Let me tell you about guns and hooligans.
Gee.
You can hear it, I know this song, obviously.
Listen, some very, very strong lyrics there, boy. Social commentary. It just don't happen at Pickety Crop, you know, some good social commentary. Fully done, speaking about what's happening with the some of the younger generation right now and the gun violence and the way how the mindset of some of our younger fellas especially thinking. But yeah, man, how that song come to you? I will give you the confidence to produce a song like that.
Yeah, this song was one of the ones I had stashed away before I was even really letting people hear me. But it was inspired.
Wait, you had this stash away?
Yeah, this
I
is a
thought this
stash
was
away.
something like, last year I might have this song that, but I didn't know how to articulate it. I know you literally had this like back from every
Put
note.
one
So
side.
it's like before anybody knew about you. Now you see now you got push forward and got you know.
I'll push forward, yeah.
Yes, you were
So
saying.
I had it just there, and it was inspired by the dancehall culture, especially like that was when Trinidad was now starting to really pick up.
Okay.
And the link with Barbados and Trinidad. And I remember hearing about Fully Dance all the time, Fully Dance. And just that little line, this generation is Fully Dance, that's had come to me.
Okay.
And then I wanted to elaborate on it, but showing that it wasn't really a good thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people passing away, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what started it. And from then all the rest came.
even the visuals, like you are dressed as a detective.
Yeah.
And the camera is just following you going through the community. It's this you like that slow life, boy. Like you just taking time with everything. And you walking down the road and the camera following you in slow motion. You're talking to the people and you just over the person who have passed and thing. And that's all the video needed. It didn't need no
They got
wildness.
Mixie for that, man. They got Mad Mixie for that on the
Mixie, man.
visuals. Level.
And all I'm saying is that video didn't need anything else. Like sometimes less is more. Like people might want to do a lot of lighting, a lot of dancing, a lot of stuff, or even acting anything.
Yeah.
It was just you slowing down, and to me the visual was like, y'all moving too fast. Y'all need to go back into the community and slow down, look around, pay attention, and look at what is happening.
Yeah, pause
Men
a second.
are dying out, and we are not paying attention. So I really appreciated that visual. It was really, really good. It was like, yo, sound here, going up a level.
Man, thank you, man. Appreciate that.
I really, really proud
Also
of it.
want to big up Shannon Ashley.
Yes.
She did the just the idea for the styling and so on. She also did for Genuine Music.
Nice.
And Minim is the producer
Minim.
behind Fully Dance.
Nice.
Nice. It is 23 minutes before the hour of 12 o'clock here. And here we again on Radio Show with DJ Simmons, Empress Singer, and special guest Samsounds.
Yes, and not Samsung, because you know wanna SAMSOUNDS. He is not a phone.
He want them for the WhatsApp that be trying to trick you. It's
You have won $10,000. No. He is Samsounds. Okay.
Yes, please.
So, Sam, what do you have for this year coming up? Collabs? Anything that you would like to try different or working with anybody different this year?
Yeah, definitely. I want to try some collabs. I want to reaching out to some artists and some producers. Up next, I have a song called Empress and I.
Okay.
Just sharpening it up a little bit, but that's gonna be a nice one. I want to release soon, pretty soon.
Nice.
Yeah, and coming up maybe mid-year or so, I would like to have another few strong message tunes. Yeah, to deliver.
That sounds like great food, as you opened up with earlier.
Yeah.
It sounds like really good soul food. I'm looking forward to
a piece of paper again can't rip, but it can be strong. Yeah. But I know Empress Singer got another question there. But something that I just observe from a lot of artists, what people don't realize is usually it is supported by. I would use the word hobby loosely because it's not a hobby. But I would ask you, how has your life in physical training? What have you brought from physical training into your music production, and how like the worlds combine, where you learn something from training and then say, or I could use this for my music to help make my music career better? You got anything that stand up to you that you learned?
Yeah, for sure with the patience, because even us also bigger West Coast Fitness Studio, and sometimes newbies come in and it's their first time training, and they have unrealistic expectations of what they could achieve. And say maybe a time a lady said that
I gotta play that sound effect here in the background.
her birthday was in 2 weeks, so I was saying she'd want like lose like 30 pounds or something.
Oh no.
It's unrealistic, you know what I
She
mean?
will go get gastro.
You see what I mean? You might go to a different person, not Sam. You know?
She will go get gastro. That don't work. You can't exercise in 2 weeks, ma'am. No.
So even like with the music and thing, sometimes you might feel like if I thought I would be further by now, or I thought that if I did this, I would have had this result. But no, you guys, it's a learning thing. And you gotta be committed to the journey, and not just you want to get from here to there.
Yeah.
There's a whole section between it that you gotta go through. So with the music, learning that as well. I like to speak to a lot of artists. Anytime a person is an artist, we can have a conversation and reason about what hiccups you might find, or what you appreciate, or how you do this and how you do that. And that's why I also like watching a lot of your interviews, because I get that from there. Yeah, man.
Thanks very much.
So yeah.